Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't usually upload videos, but I've only uploaded like one video, but the reason for me to make this video is because I am preparing for my Ielts exam, and I hope to help a few other people who are writing the same exam. And Ielts is an English proficiency test which is used to check your proficiency, and it helps you study abroad or work abroad. So if your country is listed as a non-English speaking country, then you will have to take these exams if you want to study in US, UK, Australia, Canada, etc. So I've been preparing for Ielts from the past 6 months, and I was planning to write it in July, which is this month, but because of COVID, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But then I can't push it anymore, and I think Ielts is still conducting its examinations. And I think British Council or IDP. So these are the two organizations which conduct the Ielts exam. You can choose any one. So I think they are still happening. So I have decided that I can't push it too much. I will have to give the exam because I will be applying to universities by the end of this year for the fall semester of next year. So I am graduating next year, and I'm currently doing my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I want to do my master's in aerospace engineering. So I will be applying for the next year's fall semester, so fall 2021. So the applications open from this year, I think around October, and close by Jan. So I will have to finish up my examinations before then. And the exams that I will be writing are GRE and Ielts. I haven't written GRE yet, but I'm going to finish off with my Ielts first. So I have decided to write my Ielts in the month of August. I haven't decided the exact date, but I will be writing it in August, and I have one more month left. It's June right now, and I have July. So I have been preparing since the past 6 months, but it hasn't been consistent. In the sense, I've been spending probably an hour a day or 45 minutes a day. I mean, I didn't have a proper schedule that I could keep up with. So now that I have decided that I'm gonna write it in August, I have 1 month, and I have prepared a crash course for myself. So when I say crash course, a lot of people assume that I'm gonna go for tuitions. No, I don't want to do that because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I don't want to put that kind of burden on anyone, my family or anything. So I have decided that I will do it by myself. It's English. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is hard actually. Don't let me, relieve your pressure or whatever. But so I have made a timetable for the month of July, and it is only dedicated to Ielts, and I would want to share it with you guys. So here are some of the online books that I downloaded from LiveGen. So I have decided to follow these books, and this is a series that my friend gave me. It's actually a Google Drive link, so I don't have all of it downloaded here. It has the textbooks. It has Cambridge Ielts textbooks, which are known to be one of the best textbooks if you are going to write Ielts. So I haven't put all the textbooks here. I haven't downloaded all of them, but they are on my drive. This is the essential guide. Yeah, these are the audios that I was talking about. I still have the rest of them to be downloaded. And these are some of the other books that I will be following, which you will see on my timetable. Coming to the next book, this is again one of the top selling books. It's a hotcake for students who are preparing for Ielts. So this book also comes with a CD. It's called The Barons, the Leader in Test Preparation, Ielts. So yeah, this is what Ielts stands for any of you wondering. So I ordered this on Amazon for I think I got it for $400. It was on offer, and yeah, this book gives you a detail of each module. So IELTS is divided into listening, reading, speaking, and writing modules. So first, again, every IELTS book is gonna give you a briefing about what the exam is and what to expect. So this book also gives you some tips. And then coming to the listening modules, it explains what it is, and then the same with the reading module. It explains you what exactly it is, and then you have certain skills under it, which is good because you need to focus on each and every skill and master it. And coming to the writing module, again, it explains what exactly gonna come, and then you have all these skills that they're gonna try to make you perfect. And then the speaking module. So again, you have the overview, types of questions, tips, and then some examples on how to master each skill. And in the end, we have model tests. So after you're done with this book, you can test yourself by taking these model tests, and make sure to time yourself, because time is a very crucial element when you are giving competitive exams. This is another book that I got from one of my teachers, the IELTS Essential Guide. So after you book your IELTS exam, apparently they send you one of these books. It is like it has a lot of practice tests, and it comes with a CD also. I don't have the CD right now, but yeah, this book is really good for revising, because it is literally like the IELTS exam. So you have the introduction, so it tells you exactly what the exam is and what you need to expect. Then you have the academic practice test. So now coming to IELTS, one thing that I didn't mention is you have two kinds of tests. You have the academic practice test and the general training reading and writing practice test. So the academic practice test is for those people who are applying for higher studies in outside countries, and the general training reading and writing practice test is for the ones who are applying for a job. These two are very different tests. So if you are applying for work, then you need to take the general training test, and if you are applying for your master's degree or any other studies, you need to take the academic practice test. And you need to select the same options when you are booking your exam. So if you see these books, you have about 4 practice tests of academic practice, and about two general training reading and writing practice tests. But if you are taking academic practice tests, I suggest you practice the general training and reading one also, because why not? I mean, it's just extra practice. It's almost the same, just little differences, but it's good to read every day. And you have the answer keys behind, so it would be easier and helpful to know if you are right or wrong, and you could rework on your mistakes. Last but not the least, these are some of the extra things that I thought will be helpful in building up my vocabulary and reading skills. Would be to install these apps. Word of the Day, Word Up, English Essays. So Word of the Day teaches you one new word every day, and it is very important to build your vocabulary, because if you use really amazing big words in your writing, so they will really be impressed. So you get a word every day and you learn the meaning. So this is Word Up. This is again like a vocabulary building app. I haven't registered, so never mind that. So you have certain games in here.
Epiphany.
You can also listen to how the word is pronounced. And it has really interesting and fun games. And coming to the last app is English Essays. I think I haven't opened this app after installing it, but I will after July 1. So you get to read an essay a day. Yep. So if you read, you will get an idea on how a perfect essay is written and how to tackle essay topics, even if you don't know about it, if you don't know. So those were all my reading materials and studying materials. And one tip that I would like to give you guys is to incorporate English into your daily lives by watching movies or listening to English songs, listening to English podcasts, and also the apps that I showed you. It's good to do some reading at least 1 hour a day. So coming to my timetable. So if you see, it is I have decided what I'm gonna do. So listening, quick study. This is from the Barron's textbook, reading, quick study. So my first day, I'm only gonna try to understand what these exams are and how to tackle these problems. Coming to the second day, I start the skills. So you saw the skills, and when I say plus pick over here is you guys might have noticed this, speaking and writing. So what I have done is I have inserted chits of random topics, and I'm going to speak about them to my mom. So my mom gets to pick the topic, and she is going to randomly ask me to talk about them, to talk on them, and I will have to do it. So it's pick one a day. So happiness. So my mom's going to judge my speaking skills. And coming to writing, I've done the same. I've made chits of topics, and I will have to pick up a random topic and write on it. Again, my mom's gonna be the judge, or I'll probably send it to a friend who can be a judge. So what does this say? The only reason to work hard is to earn money. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So I have a lot of chits like this put up in there, and a lot of speaking chits also put up in there. I got these printed because these topics are quite long, and I didn't want to write all of them. So let's put that back here. So when I write plus here, what I mean is I'm going to have to pick up a chit from each of these. I will have to speak about the topic to my mom, and I will have to write about the topic and show it to my mom, or probably I'll just send it to any of my friends to judge me. Yeah, coming to day 3, again it is the same. I have to finish the skill sets. Okay, BC means British Council. So British Council Academic Practice Test 4. I will have to finish that by day 5. So by day 4, I will be finished with the reading skills and listening skills of my Barron's textbook. That is good. And then I'll be left with speaking skills and writing skills. The same thing over here. It continues, and then I start British Council's Ielts Handbook Academic Practice Test 3. And okay, so by the 7th, I should be done with the speaking skill of Barron's textbook, and by the 8th and 9th, okay, the writing skill goes on for a long time. The writing skill ends on 11th, so I will be completely done with the Barron's textbook by 11th of July. And British Council Academic Practice Test 2, Academic Practice Test. Okay, this is the General Training Test 2, G2. Yeah, so I will be done with Barron's here, and I will have to start my Cambridge IELTS, the files that I had on my laptop, the one on the drive. And since I have only this to do on the 12th, I will have to pick up two chits for writing and 2 chits for speaking instead of 1. The same thing here, IELTS 2, writing, speaking 3. So these are the textbook, Cambridge text. So it's pretty much the same thing, IELTS 5, 6, 7, and it goes up to the 22nd. So I have, by 22nd, I will finish 11 Cambridge IELTS textbooks. Then moving on to the 23rd, so these are some of the ebooks that I downloaded. 81 pages of 101 helpful hints, 66 pages of 202 useful exercises. So these 2 books I will have to finish in 2 days. Now coming to 25th, 26th, CYV is another ePDF that I downloaded from LiveGen, so that's another ebook that I will have to finish. But since it's only 60 pages, I will have to do practice 2 writing skills and 2 speaking skills, and this will go up to the 28th. Now after the 28th, I should be done with all of this. I should be done with all the ePDFs I have, all these speaking chits and all these writing chits, and I should be done with all of my study material, and then I will be left with 3 days. Now I haven't decided what I'm gonna do in the last 3 days, but most probably it will be me just solving and practicing question papers in previous IELTS online papers, and just giving some mock tests and testing myself really. And I will be booking my date for IELTS around 16th, 17th. So yeah, that was my whole IELTS 1 month crash course. I hope this helped you. Thank you.